Hello, my fellow citizens of the World Wide Web. Today, I would like to talk to you about two concepts I've made up for myself that have helped me deal with certain problems I have relating to anxiety and ADHD. The first one I would like to talk about is walking it back. So a lot of times my mind will go on trains of thought that seemingly make no sense to me, and I just catch myself. I'm like, why am I thinking about that? I'm trying to focus on this. I'm not focusing on that. Like, why am I thinking about this right now? And walking it back is like retracing your steps, going down the timeline of this thought spiral. And it's like, okay, there's this thing. Well, what caused this thought? And then what caused that thought? And then what caused that thought? And then eventually you'll get to like a sort of core. It's like, oh, okay, this inspired the initial thought. And then we just sort of like the domino tangential effect of my thought spiraled in that way, because I get I'm very emotionally sensitive, highly emotionally sensitive. So something excites a certain emotion within me, or feeling, sensation, intellectual feeling as well. It will energize my mind significantly. So I guess the sort of example is this is like, okay, I was thinking about this Christian philosopher. So why was I thinking about that? Okay, well, I was thinking about separating the effects of Christianity used by tyrants, ruling powers, like, say, the Crusades of Europe, as opposed to like actual Christian philosophy, like the actual fundamentals and so on. I'll say, why was I thinking about that? Well, I was thinking about how a friend of mine said that the role of or I was thinking about how my belief when it comes to religion and philosophy is to separate the actual core of the philosophy or the ideas from the way the powers that be have used it to control people. And why was I thinking about that? And so on. And then you'll eventually get to the sort of base of what inspired that initial thought. And it not only helps me sort of make me feel like I'm not crazy, like I'm in control of my mind to some extent. And it also helps, like, when the thought train is totally unproductive, but in regards to the current task at hand, it helps sort of like shut it down. And it's like a lot of times too, after I realize I'm thinking about something unproductive, I'll just like take a deep breath and sigh a bit and close my eyes and try and like collect myself. And so that's the first idea, walking it back. And the second one is give them a show. So this term I came up for myself because a lot of times I have a large deal of anxiety when going outside and being perceived by others. I tend to worry way too much about what others think of me, and it makes me like really paranoid and anxious, and I don't like that. And I was thinking, like, trying to contextualize it, like say when I was working at the restaurant, I was a server and a host, did both those positions, and like what in that position, like what was the moment that just like absolutely made that work shift like memorable? And it's usually like when some like really eccentric person comes in that's like really goofy or odd in some way, and it's like you don't feel like a lot of judgment towards them, at least like negatively, if you're a rational and kind person. You just sort of think it's like a bit funny and a bit weird, and you remember it, and it kind of like you laugh about it with your coworkers, and it really like makes the day significant, or it's like made you enjoy the work shift a bit more. And so I think about that if there's something about myself that I'm a bit particularly anxious about or self-conscious about. Well, it's like give them a show, in the sense that it's like, well, you're not doing anything bad to anyone, and if you are actually presenting yourself in an eccentric or unusual or odd way, people generally just like laugh or giggle at it, and it will be like a positive influence in their day if they're not like highly malicious people, which I don't believe most people to be. Yeah, and so that has two effects generally. Like if there is something that I am being particularly eccentric or weird about, it'll make me feel less negative towards myself about it, or on the converse, it'll make me realize that what I'm anxious about or worried about is really insignificant in the proportion of things, and that the actual term, give them a show, it's like, well, there's no actor here, like there's no show, there's no play going on, like it's just a normal person going about normal things in their day. Anyways, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about those two things. Maybe you can get something from it. Maybe not. I don't know.